Alright, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Triple P podcast. We talk about everything peace, prosperity, progress, anything else you can possibly think of. My name is Eli.
My name is Nick.
And shit, this is our friend Ryan. We're gonna let him introduce himself real quick. Tell us what you got going on, man.
Shit,
Yes,
nothing.
sir.
But yeah, my name Ryan. I grew up with Eli. We went to school together. All the way up. We graduated together. You know, kindergarten to the very end.
Well, yeah. But shit, what you do like day to day? Like, what your job is?
O'Reilly's be selling car parts. That's about it.
That's about it. Hey, bro, shout out Nick Richards, car salesman now. You
Yes,
selling
sir.
car parts. Shit, man, y'all in the same business pretty much.
Yeah, well, mine's the parts for the cars. But
Yeah,
I see Nick trying to pursue the dealership.
Yeah, he got his business cards up at the vape shop, bro. Yeah, I went in there one day and I saw his business cards on the counter and I grabbed one and I was like, yo, you got Nick's business cards? He's like, oh, you know Nick? I was like, bro, I came in here with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I was like, how you not remember me? That's
crazy, man. Hey,
But-
shout out to Nick for selling cars, man.
But so, like, since we got you here, I guess I'll just open it up hot out the gate, because I haven't had it, you know, Nick's had people that went to elementary school with him on here, but I ain't really had nobody on here that went to Union Hill, like the school I went to, like, growing up, type shit as a little kid. So what's, like, one of the wildest stories you can remember from, like, being little at our school? Because there was so much bullshit from, like, kindergarten through 8th grade.
There's a lot.
Yeah, like, just pick one out the bunch, for real.
Just take one out the hat.
Nah, Eli knew her very well. Aubrey Hart. She was definitely on the slower side. Not to be mean, but you know we were all kids. We had our issues, but
Yeah. She had a couple, you know, she couldn't help. We'll just put it that way.
I don't know if you remember, but she got in trouble one day. She would we had the old little wooden desk. She would spit on them and rub her spit like I'm talking about across every inch. Somebody told on her, and she just went crazy. She pretty much crashed out, dude. It was bad. There was another time, that she had to have the principal come down there and talk to her. Dude, that shit was that was insane.
Yeah, I remember that girl, man. She was always getting into something. Cause she would scream too because she didn't have good self-control. Cause like I said, she was just kind of, I don't know exactly what she had wrong with her, but it was something that kind of impaired her social skills. Like, obviously, because, I mean, bro, she'd be beefing with them teachers. Like, we'd be in 3rd grade. She's sitting there, and like I was telling them earlier when we was outside chilling, bro, I remember this girl, she, like, one time just started stripping in class. Like, she took her shirt off.
Oh, my
In
God.
class, and bro, I remember, like, again, no hate to this chick. I don't even know I don't know what she got going on now. But, like, her skin was just so, like, she was pale. Like, I mean, one of the palest people I've ever, like, I'm white. This bitch was, you know what I'm saying, from the Isles of Caucasus, okay? But anyway, she had, like,
the original
oil.
humans, Caucasian.
Mhm. Yeah, like, Eastern European ass shit. But, yeah, she had, like, boils and, like, damn scarring all over.
Skin
And I was like,
tags.
yeah, I'm like, oh, man, put your shirt on, please.
No,
But...
I thought I was the shit in 3rd grade. I don't know if you remember. I brought a knife to school, and I was trying to like low key show it to everybody. Some little girl, she snitched on my ass, dude. I got a paddling at school. Then as soon as I got home, I got a whooping from my parents, dude. It was a bad day.
Man, everybody used to snitch at school so bad. I remember, I got in trouble so much in, like, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, like, those years specifically, because people would always rat on you for shit. Like, sometimes it'd be shit you didn't even do. I remember in kindergarten, like, I ain't gonna say her name, but I'll tell you later if you want to know, but there's this girl that I know both of y'all know who she is, but we was in kindergarten together, And this bitch said that, like, I got a potty mouth now, I'll admit it. I talk like a sailor, okay? But back then, I didn't even say curse words. I was 5, motherfucker. Like, I didn't care. Like, I was talking normal. I barely knew how to talk, I guess. Hell, probably back then. I don't remember. But this bitch tried to say that I was, like, cussing her out. You know what I'm saying? Like, went up to my kindergarten teacher and convinced her I was cussing her out. And I got in trouble. I did not convince the teacher just because I told this girl I didn't want to be her friend no more.
No.
And she said that I probably called her a bitch and a cunt and some more shit. And I didn't even know none of them words.
No, do you remember, there's a kid named Alex. He always has a bald. That might would be eating the playground rocks.
What?
Dude.
Alex ate rock?
Yes, he would like, he'd be like, hey, watch this, and pick up like a pebble about yay big and just put it in his mouth and eat it.
What?
Yeah.
You talking about that? He had a sister too, right? Or are we talking about different people? Because there was some kids that was only there for like 2nd, 3rd grade, and they had like Alex and something.
He wasn't there for long, but
But eating rocks is crazy, though.
he would like eat rocks.
Rock munching.
Pretty much. He was a rock crusher.
Hey, look at this. Bro ate like 8 rocks and he was like, oh my God, guys, look.
But,
Me and these kids, is Isaiah, Xavier, and Jeremy. We all used to take these things off of our teacher's desk and hide them around the room. And we would pretty much make her play scavenger hunt with all of her stuff on her desk. And she'd come back in her desk and she'd be like, where the is all my stuff? I'm like, dang, bro. Because she would get mad at us. She would like yell at us, like, where'd y'all put my stuff? We're like, we hid it around the room. And then she'd have to go search for all of it. We would just be sitting there laughing at her and pointing fingers at her as she was searching around the room. We would get a whole day off.
Miller?
Yeah.
Dude, every time if somebody took, or she thought somebody took something of hers, she would flip the fuck out. Like there was one time somebody stole her phone, like her little iPhone 4. Back then when they were like a brick, like so small. Somebody took it and hid it, and she couldn't find it. She was like, "Where's my phone? Where's my phone?" She was like, "What if my husband's trying to call?" And I felt bad, but bro, they was all over there snickering, and she finally found that bitch. But yeah, that was so funny.
You remember the math teacher?
Miss Talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
She threw a desk at a kid.
Oh my God.
Bro, when it was my cousin's grade, like 5 years older than us, so it was when we were in kindergarten this happened. Like, yeah, she picked up one of those, not a chair, but a whole desk, like one of the solid ass ones, and fucking chunked it, threw it. And you know how strong you gotta be to do that? She must have been mad.
Oh my
God,
God.
bro. She threw books at kids.
She was hulking that.
Thank God she calmed down before we got up in there, but
Oh my God, why was she doing that?
I guess it pissed her off, gang.
You know how we had she always give us these big ass sheets of word multiplication and shit.
Yeah.
Well, it was me and this other girl, whatever, as a test, but we were outside, just chilling outside the door, trying to sit there and do the multiplication and whatnot. But there was a lady helper that'd be around in that hall. She literally was passing a kidney stone in the hallway.
Dude, I was talking about this to my girl the other day, Miss Hamilton.
Yes.
I know who you're talking about. She had a bucket, like a mop bucket that the janitor brought. And I remember, because I witnessed this shit before I got shooed back into class. Because I was in Miss Talent's class when this shit happened. And it was right in the middle of the hallway.
Oh my God.
We had 4 different teachers, to put this in perspective. And we would rotate throughout the day around the room. She was in the dead center where all the lockers were. And the bell rang for us to go out of class. And nobody had told us yet. So I walk out in the hallway. And she's sitting there just...
Oh my God.
Knelt down over a bucket trying to pass a kidney stone.
But all she did was drink Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dews, dude. I heard them.
Them give kidney stones. My science teacher in 6th grade, dude, she only would drink Mountain Dew. She would never drink water or anything else. She would drink it all throughout the day, a whole big old Yeti cup full of it.
My cousin had to quit drinking Mountain Dew because she has so many health problems from it, bro.
Dude, it's bad for you, dude.
Because she would drink nothing but Mountain Dew for real. She loved that.
You may know him too, but Trinity Hillis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
Oh yeah.
He was a little shit stain in school, bro. He he was constantly getting in some shit.
I threw him up against a locker when I was in 8th grade. Because I used to think I was the shit, but he used to try and think he was like top dog when he was only in like 6th or 7th grade. So I ended up throwing him up against a locker because he was picking on some people. I was not handling this shit,
dude.
bro.
And he's like 4'8", like maybe 90 pounds. He is some tiny ass kid.
See,
he had that Chihuahua syndrome or whatever the fuck you call it.
Bro, I think I've already touched on this on a podcast, but he used to always fall down and like say I hurt him and shit because I was friends with him and would always walk around with him. He would literally just fall in the hallway and be like, "Yo, Eli, push me down." I'm like, "What the fuck, man?"
Bro.
He was such a crybaby too.
Dude, Michael McCarthy. I know you know him.
Came up too,
dude.
Bro. Oh my god.
He was your average band kid or like anime nerd band kid. You know the stereotype.
Yeah,
bro. Him and Jacob fought. Do you remember Mr. Ransom's?
Oh yeah, I was in there. I think I'm pretty sure I was in there. Yeah.
Because Michael McCarthy
definitely
was talking shit about his mom, like straight to him, and Jacob said something, told him basically to stop. And Jacob's one of them kids, like, when I see red, you can't, like, he's my best friend, don't get me wrong, but he's like, when I see red at the time, when he was that young, he's like, when I see red, you can't stop me type shit.
Yeah.
But, he kept talking bullshit. So Jacob got up and just started fucking wailing on him, threw him out of the desk, and just was beating him on the fucking ground.
Hey, at least
that was a full circle moment to see though, low key, because I had back in 2nd grade, I had broke his damn wrist by literally just pushing him down a hill. And, he had grown up and, stood up for himself type shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know if you know, but it was during a class in high school. He was, what was his name? Chavez?
Yeah, Eric.
And all them. Yeah. They were fucking with him. But he basically told him to stop. But they didn't. He picked up the desk and like held it over his head like he was fixing to throw it at one.
Oh nah, bro.
Dude, it was so bad.
Oh, I will say though, by the way, just a disclaimer. Michael kind of cool now, by the way. Worked down at Auto Parts, saw that man not too long ago. Had a good conversation with him. He not too bad now. Senior year wasn't too bad either, but yeah. He'll admit it too. He was a dickhead back then, and he'll tell you that.
Dude, it's just
he was, but he had a bad home life too. I give it to him. He was going through some bullshit like that whole time, and he took it out at school. Like he showed his ass in school. Yeah, right. It was kind of one of them situations.
Bro, I probably have it somewhere. I have to find it, but it's a video of Bubba and Michael McCarthy fighting. And they're both shirtless over there with my mom.
I remember that.
Bro. Yeah. Bubba's like a good 5 foot, and he's like a little spider monkey.
Yeah.
Dude.
He was vicious.
He had like horrible ADHD problems. But like Michael couldn't do anything. Every time Michael swung, Bubba would move out of the way and jump on him again. Dude, it was...
I remember they fought at school in the lunchroom one time, didn't they? Over, I don't want to say the girl name, but they fought over a girl, like, LB, you know how I'm talking about. You said her name earlier. Yeah, they were fighting over her, and, yeah, bro, I remember him telling me about that senior year, because he was admitting that, he was like, yeah, man, Bubba whooped my ass, bro. He's like, he did. He's like, I didn't hit a single lick on him.
Speaking of lunchroom fights, do you remember that time, his name was like Devin Peck, real quiet kid, they fought over a roll.
Him and Ty.
Oh, Devin and Ty? Yeah,
dude,
bro.
they
that
like,
was crazy
they
shit.
went in over this roll.
He knocked his tooth out.
Devin's tooth got knocked out?
Ty's tooth got knocked out.
Oh, yeah, he's a little white, scrawny kid, wasn't he?
Ty
was
was
a little scrawny Asian kid.
No, he's like
He was
Egyptian.
like, no, he was Arabic. That's what
Arabic,
it was.
yeah.
Oh, I don't
Sorry,
know.
not Asian.
I
Arabic.
just remember it was funny because he had like the most big dog attitude, but dude was so small.
He was another Trinity Hillis.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
another
but he
Trinity
was like
Hillis
the extra like gangster Trinity Hillis.
Dude,
guy.
I've heard so many stories of him just talking shit and then getting his ass beat, and he wouldn't
happens, bro.
like, I mean, you got to be able to back it up, and he just like nothing physically about him. He can back his shit talking up,
Yeah.
dude.
There's another like I mean I ain't gonna talk shit about bro, but there's another because I ain't really know him like that for real. But there's another kid named Matthew. I don't know if you remember him. He was real small and acted the same way.
I remember. He was like allergic to everything, wasn't he?
He didn't go to our school though. I'm talking about a kid that went to your school.
What's his name? Matthew.
Last name starts with an S.
Never mind.
I don't even know if we talking about the same person. Then.
That's what his original last name was.
Anyways, that's besides it. We just gonna scratch that.
I don't remember if we're talking about the same Matthew, but
oh no! Wait, hold on.
we talking about
Speaking
the same
of
Matthew. I hope.
S's, bro. The
I
one
hope
that
we
went to
talking about the
our
same
school.
Dude.
Listen. So he's locked up now. I found.
Oh,
out.
dang.
Yeah, bro. He got locked up. Like I don't know if he still is, but last I seen, because I was wondering about him, and I asked somebody. I remember I was like, "What's he got going on now?" So I knew he had a kid. Like
I didn't know he had a kid.
That was probably like a year or two ago. He had a kid.
Damn.
But yeah, I had a wild story about him I told on here. Not gonna say which one, but anyway. Yeah, bro. There was times that him and Alex, Alex, you know what I'm saying, the other Alex.
Oh
Man.
my god.
Man, they would be in the gym bathroom doing diabolical shit. Like they'd be in there like pissing in the soap.
What the heck?
Like just doing crazy shit.
Remember no, I didn't mean to talk over you, but
No, you're good.
the kid that kept pissing on the toilet paper, was that him?
That okay. I have a
Pissing on the toilet.
I don't
paper.
see I don't want to mention all the names
'Cause
in
I
this,
never-
but
I
you
don't-
remember it was oh god. It was it was I could say Will, okay, I would say Will. Remember
S?
him? Will S, okay. And then it was I'm not Baron. We'll call him Baron. You know that's not his real name, but you know how I'm talking about though, right?
Maybe.
Baron Toms. That really it rhymes with that. Think about it, bro. Really think about it.
I'm lost here, man.
Nah.
God damn it, man. Oh shit.
I don't
But
know.
no, was it
So
one
I'll
of
just say this: there was a kid that covered. Like I know who got blamed for that for pissing on toilet paper, but they covered for
Dude.
Matthew and Will. Like
What
Matthew
in the
and
world is
Will
happening?
were the ones that actually
Pissing on
did
the toilet
that
paper.
shit. Okay, and they were also like throwing shit on the ceiling, but that was just
Dude.
Look, bro, there were some kids that were just weird when we were younger. Like I'm not gonna say which one, but one of the people we were just talking about, he would make me go to the bathroom with him when we were in like second grade, and I remember one time he grabbed onto my foot and like wouldn't let go because I wanted to leave the bathroom, and I dragged him out butt ass naked on my foot like to make it out the bathroom, and I never went back with
Oh
him.
my god!
No,
I
never
remember
that.
you saying that, bro. That's horrible.
No,
Crazy.
there was one kid, I don't remember his name, but every time he'd use like a stall or something, his pants would go to his knees. I mean his ankles.
Oh, you mean like a urinal?
Yeah, urinal.
Oh god! So he was just pissing with his ass out,
Dude, I'm
basically?
the underwear, everything down to his
Crazy.
ankles. And
That's
I remember
weird.
I walked in one time, speaking of shit, I walked in on one time after a kid had just done it, and I'm talking about, you know, those like, it's got the big plastic cover.
Oh,
Dude, the cover's like yellow almost.
Oh my
Dude,
god!
it was nasty. Like, it was disgusting, bro.
yeah,
We had
bro.
some interesting kids at our school.
Yeah, there's people that go in there and shit, not
Oh
flush
my
it. And you
god!
would go in there, there's just
Ah.
a massive log sitting in the toilet.
Oh
with a bunch of
my
toilet
God.
paper.
I
I'm
just,
like,
in general, I hate people who don't have, like, general manners in bathrooms.
bro. It's so easy to do. Like I
Like,
don't get it.
especially like little kids, like, you know, like when you piss on the toilet seat, whatever, like, just wipe that shit
Dude,
up.
even
bro.
adults don't like they.
Bro, there's even
you'll
adults
go-
that don't do it.
You'll
Bro.
go to a gas station and there's just piss all over the toilet seat, like he's peppered on there. You're like, bro,
There's like
were you aiming
artillery
for?
strikes all
Like,
over
bro,
the
I
thing
get
we
it.
do
He's
to
gonna
one.
stray a little bit sometimes. But gang, are you sitting there like fucking trying to see how much you can?
There's like anal artillery all over the toilet seat and the floor, bro. I'm like, how did
it's
you
like-
even
it's
do
like,
this?
Damn, this shit in a perfect geometric pattern. How'd you
No,
do
so
that?
I used to work at the Jacks where you know the one near Brewer.
Oh god, the 4-way. No.
So yeah, I worked
that
there.
Jax is cursed, bro.
I worked there for a minute.
Mm.
But there was one instance where this, I think my now wife, come out and we had to go use the bathroom. She walked in there and the toilet seat was covered in shit. And they had like shoved their underwear in the trash can.
No,
That's
bro.
fucking gross.
I'm talking about it's
That's
fucking
gross.
covered. And here recently, I actually walked in and I was getting breakfast, and I walked in the bathroom. I was using the urinal. I turned around to go wash my hands. The sink is full of throw up.
Oh my
Like,
God.
oh,
no.
dude,
Did
I
you have to clean it up?
no, I didn't work there at the time.
Oh, okay.
This was here like a couple months ago,
Mm.
dude. Like, why?
Man, I won't eat at that damn place because I remember they about got shut down because the health department came in there and they got a rating of like
Yeah,
70 or something.
I
You're
was
supposed
there.
to have way higher than that.
No, that was like one of the oldest Jacks, and it was mainly it wasn't any of the food. It was like they count for everything. So if you're like your freezer and whatnot, if it had a leak or if the framing was damaged, they count off for that. If the walls were like slightly dirty, they count off for that. It was mainly the cleanliness and just how old the store was. It was so broken down.
Yeah.
That's why I got.
I mean, the thing is, too, though, it's like, dog. Do you not remember how many people were getting food poisoning from that bitch like flies? Like,
Dude,
people,
Dude, that's
I
disgusting.
remember right after we got that score, not even like 2 days after, a lady said, which isn't true. She went out and said and posted, Facebook moms.
Oh yeah.
She posted a thing about us having cockroaches in our stuff, and I'm like,
cockroach in my chicken.
but I'm like, bro, like we kept the food clean. It was just the general like the building was old and it needed a lot of work.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily the food that was the issue. Like
It was
now,
the
I
building.
will admit some of them people up in there, they were like big time drug addicts or recovering, and they would they come in fucking geeked out in the morning, working breakfast, dude. It was, by the way, never worked fast food.
And just to explain why there were so many drug addicts working at the Jacks at that specific time period, there happened to just so luckily be a recovering drug addict shelter that didn't do a very good job of keeping them clean right down the road, basically, from this Jacks.
Yeah, I'm like 100 yards away from that bitch right now.
Oh, really? But it ain't
man.
like it ain't that no more. They shut it down, so like.
Well, I think it's not just everybody. It's mainly women and kids and stuff.
But is it still open? Because I thought it was abandoned again. 'Cause I used to see people walking up and down the road all the time right there. But
that I know of, it still is. But the crazy story is, so my wife's grandparents own the house and own the church that's right next to it.
oh, okay.
But they'd have, people come up there, and this dude come up there in his truck. He left his keys in the ignition and everything, and not even 10 minutes later, his truck got stolen from the church parking lot. And I think it was, which we got cameras all the way around our house because of that. And we had a camera that seen, and it could see over there in that parking lot. So it took like a day or two when we found the truck.
Good.
So, but they had cleaned everything out of the truck, like probably trying to sell it.
So you are talking about the one over there right next to like the take to school and shit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, right there in the.
A good, well, it's not like right there, but
But it's like across like it's next to like there's that gas station at Kateka, and then it was over here, in the
No, down 67, going towards Decatur.
Oh no, I'm talking about like they had a one right there
Oh,
near
okay.
Kateka,
Yeah,
where there was all
I
like the
don't think
crackheads and
I don't
shit.
think that is, but where I live, it's a little bit down where I said.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
a
So there
mile.
was two of them.
Yeah, it was like a
Damn,
mile.
Okay, I didn't even know about
We're
that.
like a
one.
mile from where that cross is right there,
Mm.
and that happened.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you see, y'all had a bunch of people working there from that other one too, though.
Yes, all the girls. That's
Yeah.
mainly who it is up there, dude. Oh, and I worked at Crystal's. There's this one girl. She was mid-30s, maybe like early 40s, but she was like a heroin addict. Like she'd go shoot up in the bathroom.
Oh dang.
Nah, but she would always work drive-through, have the headset on,
Mm-hmm.
and one day she had like just did it, and it was like late at night. She would go disappear in the bathroom for like a good 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And she come back, and she was sitting there going, shh, shh, I'm trying to hear these people trying to order a 24-pack.
Oh,
And I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
there's no cars here. What are you talking about? She's like, oh, and she's whispering. I don't know why.
She didn't want y'all to know.
She's tweaking on that.
Another
"These
guy
24 pack."
that worked back there. He was in his mid to late 40s. No,
I'm sorry, I thought that was my pocket.
But dude, he was a big time. Like he would be buying and selling drugs out of the store.
Oh yeah,
in the
he's trapping
world.
out the jacks.
Bro was trapping out
No,
the
out
jacks.
of Crystals.
Oh, the
Oh,
crystals.
the
Down
crystals.
there, right before Decatur.
Okay, yeah,
So,
that crystal.
right, you
Okay,
know.
Bro was trapping out crystals.
He would
Pull up to my wood.
he would buy 8 balls all the time,
Oh, shit,
constantly.
yeah.
That's where I learned most of my stuff from. I'm not gonna lie from
I
him.
mean, fair enough.
I never indulged in what he did, but he always
Don't lie, Ryan. Back in like 4th grade, you was hitting the lines off everything.
He was hitting the lines off
yeah.
You was on the
playground
track,
swinging.
like running them 1-minute miles.
Smarties, bruh.
Oh my god, don't get me started.
Smoking
We really
Smarties
did that
and
bullshit,
snorting.
but yeah.
But
Or
no,
smoking
he was a meth head, bruh. And he had like a little baggie about yay big, about yay wide, and it was like 3/4 away full of meth. He'd always have it on him and like pull it out. He'd have, those pins, and he would be sitting there walking around in the back. And mind you, this is a tiny store. The front counter you can see almost in the back, but there's more stuff around the corner. And he's sitting there, has the pen in his mouth. He's cooking the crystals and stuff. He's just sitting there puffing on it. I'm like, bro.
That's
Hey, bro.
so insane.
Like every time Cupid's worked at a fast food place, he always sends me videos or like he'll be like, yeah, bro, me and my coworker, like he gave me this pin, bro. He's like, we've been smacking it all day, frying this chicken. Like it's always, I swear, like every fast food worker, if you think the people preparing your food ain't fucked up, you kidding yourself, bro. They
Dude.
all get fucked up.
No, but like,
Maybe not the shift lead, but even most of them probably ripping 40.
I'm not
bro.
gonna
Let's be real.
lie. I personally think like everybody. I'm not saying make it a career, but everybody should have a work for some type of like Walmart fast food or something for a month to see how it really is.
Hell, man, y'all go work for a factory for 2 years.
Oh,
I tell you
God.
what, that'll teach you some life lessons too, because I'm still in that boat and I don't like it.
Do you know Sunoco?
Oh, I'm familiar with that game.
Dude,
yeah.
so they basically stuck a bunch of high schoolers in this building with big old equipment,
Big old power tools and
forklifts,
equipment.
making these big wood reels. They were.
I think that
they
was really
were-
just a test, Brian. That shit was a
Yeah,
big old
see,
experiment.
Well,
Mhm.
Do they even do that anymore?
no, they shut it down.
Dude, that had to be an experiment, bro.
It was out there near Hartsel, and there's a bunch of brewer kids that go.
That had to be an experiment. Then,
That
bro.
yeah, I was one of them.
Oh,
Dude.
you worked out there?
Yeah, I did it.
Oh,
For like
shit.
6 months. I didn't show up for like 3 months. Dude, I stayed out for weeks at a time, and they wouldn't call me. They wouldn't text me. I'd just show up randomly because I was so tired of it. But we had a couple instances where those little like poppers you just throw on the ground, they pop. Reggie,
Mm.
I had them, and I was like, bro, does anybody want these? Reggie took them,
Oh, dude.
And there was this little couple up there. They're like band kids, but adults. But they drove the forklifts, and they were like boyfriend and girlfriend. The little boyfriend was like a snitch, like bad. But I gave Reggie the little poppers. His first like instinct to do was go put them underneath the toilet seat.
I remember
the
that.
little boyfriend was the one who went in there and sat on him. I got suspended for a week.
Damn, bro.
I remember.
Well, I don't know if
too.
you remember fucking like there was two kids. I ain't gotta say their names. It ain't relevant. But there's two kids that went to Brewer that got fired from there because they went like and got drunk as fuck on their lunch break, came back and started operating machines and got like told to fuck off.
But the forklift drivers, they weren't like middle aged, but they were probably in their 20s. They sucked so much ass at fucking driving though.
Oh yeah.
My first day there, it's plugs. There's these big wooden or like cardboard boxes they put them in. They're like yay big around. And they put them in this big like dumper essentially, and it would dump it out on a conveyor belt, and you'd sort through them. If they had stickers on them, there was a belt sander to do all that. But there was right next to that little area, there was a back room where they kept all those boxes of plugs for us to sort through. My first day, she's coming around the corner, and I think she goes to turn around. She backs up into the wall. Mind you, they're like, you know, the like tin roofs you see. They're like, that's what the walls made of. I'm talking about she bent that bitch. Like, she slammed into it. She didn't even like. She like slammed into it. It wasn't even like a little slide. It was like a boom.
Yeah.
Oh my.
We got a girl at our work that be slamming the damn forklifts into shit.
No.
She made us like sort through a whole pallet of boxes one time because she like rammed the forks into boxes on accident.
No.
Like sterilized product ready to be shipped out to. I was so mad.
Dude.
But like you talking about Reggie, you know how you said you brought a knife to school back in the day? Do you remember what he did in high school? He brought a fucking sawed-off shotgun in his truck.
Yeah.
He was bragging about it in a history class. And then, like, later on that day, the principal or somebody caught wind of it, and they had the cop.
But it was like
go
it was
out
a
there.
hunting shotgun though.
Yeah, or no, it wasn't a sawed-off. My bad. He would have gotten way more trouble for that.
It was
just
a hunting shotgun.
They low-key like shut down the school for a minute.
Well, they took it as like a shooter.
They thought it was
or
a threat
shooter
because somebody
like,
told on it. They were like,
they made it seem like
They made
he
it
brought
seem
the
so much
gun
worse.
to school, but he had went hunting. Just to clarify, like he wasn't bringing.
he
it
had
to
went
use
hunting
at
and
school.
forgot it was in his truck.
Yeah,
He
but
didn't
I
bring
just
it to
found
school.
that funny.
Well,
bro.
you know, way back when hunting was more relevant, and that's like how you had to figure. You could pull up to a high school, and you know they have the back.
They had hunting
mounts.
racks on their truck.
Yeah, they'd have
Everyone
shotguns
did.
and stuff because it was so normal then for them to go hunting in the
They had
mornings.
hunting boxes
Well, I
with
mean,
ammo and everything.
You gotta think, violent crime back then was way less common. People used to leave their doors unlocked.
I mean, violent
like
crime
shit.
used to be like robbing a bank.
Yeah,
back then. I
like
mean,
you
that's
weren't
like
really killing. Like it wasn't people out here like, "Hey, I'm gonna kill you because you said something on social media." Type shit. Like,
Bro,
it
my
wasn't none of that.
mom is like that. She's bad about leaving her keys and stuff unlocked.
And
And I'm like, her phone
need
too.
to get her
like,
good about that. Get her right because she can't be doing that.
you need to like tease her with it
Well,
one day, like try and unlock her stuff and take her
leave
car
her door
off.
open one day and just have her.
Dude,
come
You need to
home.
like take her car off when she leaves it unlocked, so she knows to not ever
No,
do
that's
it.
fucked.
nah, bro. But also, like, if anything happens, they got like 42. It's Alabama, you know. It's the South. They got like 42 guns up in the house, like accessible, not in a thing like loaded.
Shit,
You could just grab it and go.
See, I support having a gun in multiple places in your house, but don't leave them in the open. Because if somebody breaks in and they see an extra weapon sitting there,
They're just gonna take your shit.
Like, imagine they're unarmed, you feel me? Or, on the other hand, like, if they got gloves on, bro, they can grab your weapon, shoot you with it, and their prints ain't even on that shit.
And
You know
imagine
what I'm saying?
that's like a Black Ops 3 wall buy, bro. They just take your shit.
You don't even gotta buy it.
They upgrade that. They upgrade
Pack
to your
and punch
shit.
that shit.
No,
And
What's their
like
goggles
he said, if they have gloves on, bro. They're like O.J. Simpsoning your shit. They're grabbing your shit with your prints, and they can make it look like a suicide, like you just accidentally tripped over your gun and you just blew your own shit away.
Bro, I fell with my Glock in my hand.
And then they can make it look like you just killed your whole family or something, and they just walk away with all your shit. They're scot free, bro.
It's like this guy
They black
his whole
ops.
family
They
and sold
literally,
his
they literally
belongings.
gobble gummed, pack a punch your shit, and got better shit, bro. They literally just boom Olympia'd you, bro.
We getting licked by Rick Toffin and the crew.
They just Rick Toffin you, bro. Like
Nikolai and his 6 wives are coming.
Exactly, bro. Nikolai's he's coming for you, bro.
Bro, honestly, that's one thing I miss so much is when Call of Duty was like a huge thing. Because now, I ain't gonna lie, the last few Call of Duty games, basically the same game. Shit sucks. The zombies is different. It's okay. But Black Ops 6 Zombies is literally just Cold War reskinned and slightly better. But I played the first 2 maps because I had homies to do the Easter eggs with, and then Dylan's bitch ass went to the military. So I ain't even playing. But dude, I miss back when like everybody played Call of Duty. Because you would always have somebody to play like zombies or like run a fucking custom match with.
Bro, true.
Well, the biggest thing back then too was like, especially like MW2 and MW3 voice chat lobbies. Like no matter what microphone you had, it sounded like dog shit.
Yeah.
But
game lobbies,
like Black Ops 2 was my favorite. Like that was the game I played. Dude, like some of these kids nowadays do not understand.
No.
Bro, shit mics and shit talk was the best part.
And you could say, back then people would say anything. Like now people kind of hold back a little bit. Like, nah, back then it was acceptable to call somebody every slur you could think of in your vocabulary. You feel me?
There could be
like,
a guy sitting on the... Oh, damn. Sorry. But
no, I was done, bro. I was done with that.
Okay. But there'd be like... These people could like tell like how people breathe, what kind of ethnicity you were.
You could breathe and someone would immediately snipe you there. They'd be like, bro, you better shut your... And then they'd immediately... cook you, bro.
You know what is crazy to me is, like, I would always get told, like, they would, I can't even say what I'm trying to say.
They would cook you like that?
No, they would call me slurs that they shouldn't have been calling me.
They would call you opposite slurs. It wouldn't even be relevant.
They would be telling me that I needed to quit doing, like...
Yeah.
I can't even get into it, bro, but y'all know what I'm trying to say.
What you're
like,
trying
listen
to
to the way I talk and tell me what I'm trying to say, okay?
That's
all I'm saying. People be racist as fuck on Call of Duty, bro.
Dude,
they be racist.
The best thing they did was the Warzone when they added open mic.
Proximity chat was the funniest in Warzone, bro. I swear it's so funny.
Dude, especially them motherfuckers running around like blasting music in their microphone.
And
then you go hunt for them. It's so loud when you get next to them. It's so loud.
Dude.
So they just playing like super loud bass.
Or they're talking about some freaky ass stuff in the mic.
They're over there like, man, come here, let me lick your ear.
Come over, let me lick you up, baby.
Dude, I swear it'd be like you could tell it's like a middle-aged man.
Yeah,
He's
like,
a single...
Like Big Bubba, Big Country Boy or something.
And he's like a single father and his kids crying in the background. He's sitting there cussing at
Sitting there with that like McDonald's mic, like
that tin can rattle mic.
Like that legendary Wildcat clip from the Van Oscar. Look at you sitting in front of your Connect mic with one hanging out one side of your shorts or what? Shut the
man. We like so like obviously you good friends with Jacob, bro. I used to have so much fun on Black Ops 3 trolling the shit out of him with like Connor and this kid named AJ from Ohio. Okay, this was before Ohio had Riz too, so like, this was, this is that good Ohio shit. So like, he was a god. Like AJ, he was a crazy motherfucker at Call of Duty.
I remember.
Oh yeah, you played with us too. Stuff. But we get Jacob in a custom lobby, and he gets so mad so quick. Like, we made him rage quit every Friday night. It was a tradition. Like, it was almost, we'd make bets on how long it would take him to quit.
Dude, that's so crazy because now every time we get on, we play with Jacob and Ryan. We always have a bet, bro. We always have a bet how long it'll take Jacob to rage quit.
Dude, rage baiting is the.
Remember when we played GTA Parkour, and we had a bet for how long Jacob would last before he got so mad, or whenever we had a bet for who would rage quit first.
Speaking of parkour, back on like Prime Xbox 360, when GTA 5 come out, we had it was me, Jacob, and I think his gamer tag was something Moss, but I'll call him Moss for the thing.
Yeah.
But him and Jacob got to the end of the parkour. Like, I made it there, but he killed me. But him and Jacob just kept killing me and kept me killing me. I broke a PS4 controller that day.
Oh my God.
I mean, an Xbox controller that day. And then I had this, like, your average $5 gaming headset.
Yeah.
We like on the back porch, the bluff was like maybe 10 feet and you would plummet. I fucking threw that headset. I just fucking chunked it as far as I could.
Oh my God.
The thing is, you can get down there pretty easily, but my dad made me go down there and get my headset. And it still worked.
What?
It did still work.
That's crazy. You threw it down a bluff and it still works.
It was like one of them little cheap
Dollar General ass mic too.
Yeah, it would only sit on one ear, and it was like wide up on the side. Dude, it was.
How did that thing still work?
I don't know.
Durable eye mic, bro.
They
How long did it work for after that?
Until I switched to PS4.
Oh my God, hey, bro.
Dude.
Bro, y'all ever played For Honor?
Oh,
Dude, it's like a night fighting game. But that game, it makes me want to throw a controller into a wall every time.
I knew that's why I never played Dark Souls, bro. Because I knew Dark Souls would make me flip shit.
Nah, you gotta play For Honor. We gotta play For Honor one
okay.
day, bro. It's good.
But
No.
we used to. What were you?
No,
gonna say?
I was speaking of breaking that PS4 controller. I was going for diamond on ARs on Black Ops 4, and I had like. You had to get headshots, dude. I was crying. I was so mad. I was like three headshots off, and thank God I had two controllers. I died, and I played hardcore.
Oh yeah.
I would like sit in the corner of the map with a thermal suppressor and like the best stuff to keep your stuff straight. And I would sit in the corner of the map, dude. They'd shit on me every time. I threw it. We have like a concrete ground. I threw it. It just shattered.
Oh, damn.
Oh my God.
Bro, the only game that ever made me like throw my controller was low key, and you don't laugh at me. It was probably Fortnite low key, bro. That shit would piss me off so bad because it would be one of them things where like you'd be playing with somebody. And you get to the very end of a game, and they would decide to be funny and throw it, bro. Either that, or you be playing
Literally
back when you could get one shot by a shotgun in the head, or the double pump shit, bro. Some kid would run up on me, ramp up, and just pop, pop, like kill my ass, and I would be like, God damn it. Like fucking throw this shit. Dude. And those were the days, though. I don't even game like that no more. I kind of miss that shit sometimes. Bro.
I still play Fortnite with Jacob every now and then, but we would dude, it is a constant yell fest. Jacob is so incompetent when it comes to game sense. Like 95% of the time we're playing Fortnite, I'm yelling at him because he's so stupid when it comes to that.
See, but it makes it so fun because I was gonna say this earlier. Like we used to play melee battles and sniper battles, but the melee battles were even funnier because he sucked so bad at that. Like we would always just like be running behind him and just.
Especially like Black Ops 3 too. With all the sliding and the exosuit, dude.
You could hit people with some dumb shit. And the hitboxes in that game, I swear sometimes you'd be so far away from actually hitting them and it'd like lunge you forward.
I think that was the first Call of Duty I ever got like Master Prestige, and I think I'm like 150. But no, that was never mind. That was Black Ops 4, dude. They're like they're not much different.
No,
But-
I disagree with that heavy.
Well, you know, the guns and everything, but like the gameplay, it's just with no exosuits.
See,
Yeah.
but
It's futuristic.
Black Ops 3 just felt so much smoother to
Black
me.
Ops,
though.
Black Ops,
Like
3
Black
so
Ops
good.
4, I couldn't get in because the maps were just so much more like clunky to me.
Mhm.
I don't know, bro. Maybe that's just
Dude,
me, but
I that was a game I fucking grinded. I probably got like 100 days on it or something stupid.
Jeez.
A lot of it was custom because that's what we would do. But
I love custom games.
damn.
the last Call of Duty that I really like fully played a lot of was probably like Cold War because I played a shit ton of Black Ops 6 on launch, but I haven't really went back to it because after a while you just, I don't know, bro. Activision's so money hungry now. Like they be wanting you to, because Zombies is literally a live service game now. Like you can't even play local no more.
Dang.
So like, and when I play Zombies, basically the meta in it now is you get to a certain round, then you spam mutant injections, which is like the thing that turns you into a mangler, basically.
Man.
Like that's the
Dude.
strategy. So it's not really even that fun. Like it's kind
I
of.
think
fun,
I just recently hit like Prestige 4, and now I'm almost all the way to Prestige 5.
but, damn. On Black Ops 6.
Mm-hmm. Well, I low key I wish I never got into computers. They're
Oh,
so
yeah.
expensive, bro.
That's why I ain't, bro. I got a PC years ago, and I still had the same one, same 2018 ass parts. I ain't changed nothing because that's probably why it runs like a damn shit brick house, bro. Or actually, I think people use that as a good term. It runs like a shitty brick house. There we go. Because that bitch be like,
You better hope you don't have to upgrade to Windows 11 anytime soon. You're gonna have to.
probably not. I mean,
Yeah, you will, because they're terminating Windows 10 soon.
Dude, Windows 10 was supposed to be the final one.
It was supposed to.
That was supposed to be the final.
Now they're talking
operating
about
system.
making a Windows 12.
look, Windows 11's bullshit. I have it on my laptop. I don't really like it.
I don't like
The
it.
new iOS, I don't like the way I had to update that to be able to use some of my apps last night,
But,
and I hate that shit too. Every time they keep updating the UIs with that,
but they even if you go to Linux, it's so much different. And they're two totally separate things. You can't play the same games on Linux that you
Bro,
can play
I'll
on.
never use a Linux just because of Austin Lawrence. That motherfucker had a vendetta against those.
Bro,
Like,
him and Posey.
I don't think Posey ever really liked me. We had such a love-hate relationship, bro.
Bro.
He was a weird motherfucker sometimes, but he's cool as too, though.
No, I got up under his skin so bad sometimes. He was very, I guess you would say, egotistical. Like he had a very big
yeah.
ego for himself.
Lead software.
And when I think he still does. He still lives with his mom.
How old is he?
Like 20. He's a couple years older than us.
Yeah, he's getting up there, isn't
But his mom still goes out and gets him food. That I know of, he still sits at the house all day on his computer.
Does he not have like a day job?
I think
No,
so.
he does. He don't live with his mom anymore.
He
He moved out. He's got a girl now.
No, but for the longest time, he was still living with his mom.
Look at me and Nick giving people redemption arcs,
I'm giving that man his P's and Q's, man. He's doing good for himself.
I mean,
If he's already got a P in his name, he don't need it.
No, but he's doing good for himself, man. He's staying to himself.
No,
and
I mean, if
he's been rising above.
if
what
he's
he's
doing
been-
good,
Hey, but
he
he
was
was one
a-
point though. Apparently,
No, I mean, hey, everyone needs support, man.
everyone has their lows and highs.
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was a low. It was just like a point where you had to learn, man. You learn what you do and what you don't have to be, and what you do what you do have to be is better than what you used to be.
But we were chilling in a server, and he always had banned me from the server, but he would unban me. Or one of my buddies in there had powers to unban me. And he would. And but
Oh,
he said something. He said something, or he was being an asshole one night. And he banned me, And we had another buddy on. He lives out in California, but I met him through Discord. I don't know if you know him, Josue.
Yeah.
That's his screen name.
Like, I remember that dude.
But all three of us got bots in there, and we were spamming.
Heinous words were spread in that.
It was like as much as you could put in there, and it was like Posey is something or whatever, and we just spammed it. Like if you probably, I don't know if the server chats have been blocked.
Oh yeah.
But you could go up there, and there's probably a good 5 minutes of scrolling of it just from us spamming. Yeah, and I got perma banned, and then I've now got banned.
I never really spent a whole lot of time on Discord, but I swear every time, like, I would get in the Discord with Nick. There was one night, me, him, and Jacob was sitting in a damn Discord call. And and we was waiting around to play some game, and Jacob had to go do something. And he comes back, and Nick had been sitting there for 10 minutes, like,
bro, you were the worst about falling asleep.
He was so bad, but that happened a couple times. I remember one time we were playing BTD, and it was like mid-match, this motherfucker just falling asleep.
Bro, them matches be long, dude. They'd be like
we used to sit there for like at least 3 hours minimum.
Yeah, that was fun though.
Oh, they're so fun.
BTD, Bloons Tower Defense. Bro, I played that as a jit too.
But you have so many idle hours on the game. Like,
dude, you have like 1,700 hours.
If you go on my Steam shit, that shit probably got like 100,000 hours for me just leaving my computer open on it.
That's why
I was
like a shit break out.
You would always tell me, you were like, bro, you're online. I'm like, but I'm not. No.
I'd be like, bro, you need to close this game, bro.
I do the same shit with my Epic Games. I used to play Fortnite sometimes on PC, and people would be inviting me to games, and it'd pop up on my phone or whatever.
I was like, bro, you need to
have like the app.
I was like, you need to turn this off, bro. You've been on this game for like 4 days in a row.
Yeah, people would text me concerned, like, bro, you've been playing Bloons Tower Defense for 2 days straight. It's like, no.
I would message him like, bro, you good? You've been on this game for a while.
And there was times I'd stay in Discord calls on accident for days at a time and not leave them. And people would just be like, bro, are you good? Like, you've been in the same call. Like, damn, I'm glad nobody was in here listening to me. I could have just been, like, spying on my ass this whole time.
Could have been spying on what I'm doing, bro. Sleeping and shit.
But Nick falling asleep a lot, bro, it was like every other night he was asleep on the mic. Mm-hmm. But in high school, we took this
be getting tired, bro.
This class called JAG. And we went on this Texas field trip.
Oh, hell.
Bro,
yeah.
This man right here snores so loud.
Dude, I snore diabolical.
I don't know. Well, it was it was 3 people in a room, but there was only 2 beds.
Yeah.
Nick got his own, and me and Eli slept like back to back.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
There was like a
but there was actually somebody in the bed with Nick most nights, because we would have alternating people in there, which we could get into a lot of that, but we've covered a little bit of that. Anyway,
trust me, that's a core memory for everybody involved.
Yes,
like,
dude,
we ain't forgetting that.
There's so many people that could corroborate the story.
There might have been a few too many people in my bed sheets at some point.
Yeah,
too many buns in the oven.
Oh my god!
Didn't a kid? Wasn't it Micah that got up in your bed? But
no. Wait, actually, yeah, that was at one point.
Micah did it too.
Yeah. I think so.
I was in there when Noah did it. I didn't know Micah did it though.
I think so. Micah might have done it in someone else's bed. Might have been Ethan's bed.
Yeah, no, remember when they went there and destroyed the rooms?
Yeah, bro. We go in their room. And these motherfuckers had the mattress like
vertical,
like on the window,
on the window pane in the car.
They had the sheets like in the bathtub, and then they
wanted to do a hangover type fucking mattress thing and put it on the roof.
And then on the bed frame, these goofy fucks had like the bedside table, the lamp, and like some more shit stacked.
I thought it was one of them closing iron things.
There was one of them too. It was a tower. It was like a tower.
And we put a bunch of on top of Connor one night. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We stacked a bunch of stuff on top of Connor. And he was like, "Bro, leave me alone."
That was when y'all went.
That was when we went to Orlando.
We went. They went twice. I only went once. But Dude,
You remember the Chick-fil-A sandwich fiasco?
We got a Chick-fil-A.
Extra buttery
Extra
bun.
buttery bun.
we had a kid. We'll call him Will. We know his name.
Yeah.
We went down to, it was Houston, Texas, mind you.
Dallas.
Or Dallas.
Yeah,
Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out.
They had, down here in Alabama, we don't have certain restaurants like Cane's, In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
Well, we went
Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box.
Unfortunately.
it's pretty much like the same. It's not the same, but it is the same kind of.
What?
Jack in the Box versus Jack's.
Hell no.
Oh hell no! They
That's
have
coming,
way.
buddy. I'm telling you, need to have Jack in
If
the
you
Box.
think
when
Jack
you
in the
have
Box
that
and Jack's are
opinion.
the same, you've never
Gang,
heard of
I've
Jack
been
in the
to
Box.
Houston and
Jack in the Box
Jack
is
in the Box is
amazing.
Houston.
But no, since
Jack's is like bottom tier compared to Jack in the Box.
Anyways, what are you gonna say?
But we were staying in this big, probably like a 5-star hotel. Like this thing was massive.
Oh yeah, conference center.
But like right across the it was kind of like a highway we were on the side of. It was kind of like a main road.
Oh, I know all about that. Yeah.
But right across was an In-N-Out, so they kind of took all of us to go down there, and the one kid, Will, wanted Chick-fil-A. Mind you, he's never had In-N-Out in his life.
Nope.
One of the teachers had to specially go over there to Chick-fil-A, which was like another half a mile away. They had to walk
Another like 5 minutes away across another highway
to go get Chick-fil-A.
to go get Chick-fil-A.
But when did the sandwich? come?
Okay, so we all got Chick-fil-A one of the nights. All right, like they got.
We all got
everybody
Chick-fil-A because when they went to that Chick-fil-A, it was closed
Yeah.
that night.
Yes.
So we
that's
went.
What it was.
So the
Mhm.
teacher said, okay, because Chick-fil-A was closed and Will wants Chick-fil-A so bad, we'll go there tomorrow for lunch instead of going somewhere else we have all not been to as a group. Everyone has been to Chick-fil-A at some point in their life for
Yeah.
a school field trip. So we were all like, bruh, we really gotta go to Chick-fil-A when we're in the middle of
Yeah,
Dallas.
Oh God, I'm like, bro, there's so many other.
There's so
options,
many
but-
other options that we've
I
never
mean, Chick-fil-A is
been
a good option
to.
down
Chick-fil-A is a
here,
great option, but like
you know.
we've all been to and we all have the availability to go to Chick-fil-A at home.
Well, isn't it nationwide?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
all over the. I mean, I
So,
think it's
yeah,
all over the
it's-
globe at this point, probably.
Or maybe
Except in
not,
some places.
Like, if you go super far up north.
But if you go to like Europe and places over there, I mean, they got Chick-fil-A over there. Surely to God. I mean, they have
Maybe.
Europe and they have Chick-fil-A in the UK.
The UK is getting it. I don't think they've got.
They've
it
got.
quite
I think
yet.
they
Are
have
you
some
sure?
places
Huh.
in the UK with Chick-fil-A. I mean, you can fact check me on that. but I think they
Chick-fil-A
do.
also owns like a lot of knockoff. Like you can go get a Chick-fil-A hamburger. I don't know what the exact name.
I think they have some merger companies.
Yeah, that's what they have. Kind of like McDonald's.
Yeah, like
too.
McDonald's has some break-off companies.
But
But the chicken
anyway,
sandwich.
like the chicken sandwich shit. What happened with that is everybody got one. Okay,
Yeah.
essentially, like we all had a
meal.
chicken sandwich. Most people ate their chicken sandwich as you do. You know what I'm saying? But this Will kid, it was in the shower one night. And, you know, we, like, if you couldn't tell from the past conversations, we were playing a bunch of pranks this trip. Like, everybody was on bullshit. So, somebody, I think, actually, I remember who it was, but I won't say. We'll call him Chris. Chris takes the damn,
Somebody's
the sandwich.
leftover chicken sandwich.
And this was like hours after we had them, right? So nobody
Like
was
maybe
expecting
3
this.
hours after we had ate.
He takes it and throws it at this dude in the shower, and just like it goes all over.
We
him.
opened the door to the shower. But mind you, these are clear shower doors, so we can see everything that
Yeah.
happens. So he opens it a little bit. He's like, "Oh shit!" And then he closes it a little bit more, and then chucks it in there with one
And
hand
it
over
hits
the
it
shower,
perfectly.
and he hits it perfectly.
Bust all over.
And
Whoa,
then it-
pause. Oh, no, pause.
But then the
Exploded
chicken
all
sandwich
over.
explodes all over the dude's body and lands next to the shower drain. And when he gets out, dude's not even mad that we threw the chicken sandwich.
No, hold on. He was mad. At first.
At first he was mad.
At first.
Then he was sad because he couldn't even eat it because it was soggy.
He told me when we went to Six Flags, like I had a conversation with him about it, and what does he say? What did he said?
He said
that
he was
sad.
He was sad and upset because he wouldn't be able to eat it because it was
He
soggy.
said, bro, I low-key would have ate it if the bun wasn't wet. I'm like, what?
Bro.
I'm like, bro, so you're telling me you need the extra butter on there, but a little water.
A little water
was
was too much.
You know when we first went down there and our teacher brought us to that lovely restaurant? What was it called?
The
It's
magic-
called the magic mushroom.
magic-
I'm pretty sure.
No, not the
Oh,
magic
God.
mushroom. It was like the
Or
magic
the
potion
mystic
place.
mushroom.
The mystic.
That's what it was.
Mystic
called.
something, but it was like they served magic potions. I don't remember what the place was called.
They didn't have any, like, you walked in, it smelled like your best friend grandma's house that's like on the verge
Smelled like a
of...
fucking antique shop in Vancouver.
Literally,
You-
it
you
smelled like
can
some
get it.
crazy stuff.
But then you walk back and you got like Mario mushrooms, you got like tree stumps. It's-
Psychedelic imagery, basically,
Yes.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But they didn't have regular drinks. All they had was these things called potions.
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of different crazy mixtures in those things. Like, I don't
And
even.
keep in mind, all these waiters are not normal. Like, they're in full character costume, like cosplaying as like Raven from Teen Titans, or like I don't remember. That's what ours was. I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
some really.
But she was acting like
weird
a
images.
bitch, which Raven from Teen Titans is a bitch.
I think they were like actually portraying their characters, which was cool, but they didn't say anything.
But
You
some
know
of
where
the-
we should have went was Dick's. Dick's
True,
Last
yeah, we
Resort.
should have.
Dude, that place. Have you
That
ever
place
been
is
there?
fire.
What?
Dick's Last Resort.
Nah, I don't.
It's dude.
It's where they're
fun.
actually like supposed to be dicks to you when they're serving you your food, but they're doing it in like funny
I've
fashion.
been there like 3 or 4 times, but essentially when you walk in, they're purposely rude and everything. Like
But they're doing it as a joke.
Yeah, it's as a joke. Specifically, my grandpa, they give you like a regular glass, and he kept drinking it. Every time the server would come back, his shit would be empty. The server was like, would you just rather have a bucket? He said, yeah. They brung out like this little 2 or 3 gallon bucket full of lemonade
God
with
damn.
ice.
That's
Bro,
crazy. Just stick the straw in that bitch. Or
He
Stick a
made
big
it.
ass
empty
straw in
that
there.
out too.
I think he did by the end
Oh
of
my
it.
god.
Jesus.
But they give you hats at the end. They write you hats, like it's
Oh,
these paper hats.
yeah. I know
My,
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I was a little
They
kid.
have one in Panama too.
But my first hat I got was I like to eat the chocolate out of the cat litter box.
Oh.
Then the second time I went, I was a little bit older, and I was like 13, 14. And I got like puberty, 3% loading.
Oh,
Dude, it
damn.
was the funniest shit. My aunt got like Trailer Park Queen. You've seen my dad, you know, he's got a big old
Yeah,
beard,
yeah.
long hair. You've seen him too. He got Duck Dynasty Rejects. My sister got one saying, I gave the soccer team mono.
Oh my god.
Dude, they are ruthless in there, but it is so funny because it's on purpose. But,
Yeah, that's what that girl was doing too, but a lot of the teachers didn't realize it, I don't think, and they got us to leave. You know what I'm
Dude,
saying? It was awkward. I will
When-
say it was a weird vibe.
when we
Weird
were
vibe.
sitting there waiting, everybody was like, nah, how many, was it 18 kids that
There's
went?
a lot of us, dude.
It was
There's a
about-
shit.
We were probably like 20, 25 deep.
Yeah,
that
a
trip.
lot of people, including the teachers, for sure.
But we when we came in there, it was like not even 5 minutes of sitting there waiting because they have to set a table up for all of us. They everybody's saying we don't want to go in there.
Mhm.
We don't want to eat here. They get us down. They hand us all menus, and we're sitting there. They're like talking about potions and shit. I think they started getting drink orders in.
Yeah.
And one of the kids, I forget which, who walked up to her and was like, "Hey, we gotta go. Like this is weird. Like it was.
It was one of them vibes where it just felt very like unwelcoming. Like
It
it
did
felt
not
like we
feel
didn't
welcoming.
belong in there.
But while they were going back there to make all of our potions, we all dipped
Yeah,
out
we
and
got
went.
up and left.
We went to Buffalo Wild
Yeah,
Wings.
oh god.
But no, everybody, the fuck thing that happened at Buffalo Wild Wings, everybody got their drink. Except
Every
for
single
me.
person that got the drink.
Everybody got their food.
I
Their
remember
drinks.
that. You were at our table. Yeah, you was waiting on your shit forever.
y'all like we got everything. I'm sitting there eating my food and I ain't got no drink. Like it was a solid.
Yeah, you had
45
still
minutes.
not gotten your drink, and you had your food already. And I was like, bro, how did they not get your drink out? They just didn't see that.
But no.
And you were sitting on the outside too, like
I wasn't like in the middle of
no,
everybody.
you were sitting right there on the outside. You were the only person who hadn't had a drink. I'm like, bro, what are they doing back there?
Man,
Yeah.
speaking of drinking, you got any funny stories about being intoxicated?
Well, I have one story, and it was, you know, the girl I was with, and then she kind of got with you for a minute, and that you know that whole fiasco.
I'm trying to. Okay, just keep moving on. I'll try to think about that. But anyway,
It was. She told. Long story short, she basically wanted space, and I was talking with you about it. I talked to you about it.
Oh, I remember
You
now.
know who I'm
I
talking
remember
about?
now. Yeah,
she
yeah,
lived
yeah.
close to here.
Yeah, I remember now.
But we were dating for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then she talked about having some space and some bullshit went
Yeah,
down.
do the
so
same
on and so
thing
forth.
with me, please.
But I went down to Gulf Shores, and we were staying at this. My mom's boss had this like nice ass beach house. It was like I think it retailed for like 2.1 million. But I was staying upstairs, and she said I could drink, I could smoke, you know, whatever. It's vacation. It was for a whole week. I never got to smoke because Sunoco called me because you know you have to get a drug test.
Shit.
But I got plastered that night. Like you know those big mixer bottles of like tequila and stuff, like the 40%. I drank probably like 2. Like it was probably about yay full. I probably drank about like yay much.
Shit,
Mind you, this is my first time like drinking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I got like blackout
Jesus.
drunk. I woke up the next morning. Me and her were talking at this time, and she was like, you know, going on about whatever, but I had called her like 14 times.
Oh shit,
dude! I don't remember calling her at all. Like,
oh no.
And I was drinking Diet Mountain Dews because that's what we had, and you know, just sitting in there. We didn't bring like everything. This was like the first day down there. That's what we had. So I was drinking those. I'd set one somewhere and I lost it, bro. It disappeared. Like I was digging. There was a dresser, a TV, a little closet in there, and then there was a bathroom. I had my own little bathroom. I was looking underneath the bathroom sinks. I was flipping the bed. I was going in the closet. I was looking through all the drawers. Dude, it was so bad. I woke up with the worst hangover of all time.
I used to hate, look, when I used to drink, I would text too many girls and tell them that, like, I loved them and shit like that.
Oh,
this
man.
dumb like, and it was bad because some of them would, like, fucking say it back, and I would get bro, I used to get myself in some dumb situations. But anyways, that segues into, like, you was talking about being down at the beach, bro. There was, we'll call this person, Ash. That works, Ash. That ain't even really close. But, so I was down at the beach, okay, and I made this motherfucker, like, he was basically babysitting me because my ass, I used to walk around the condo, like the whole complex, with a cooler on me, right? And so I would just be getting drunk. And bro, I was down there like passing out drinks to grannies and shit, and they was trying to get at me. And I remember he was like trying to keep my ass from like drowning because I was sitting there just like fucking floating with one in my hand, just like. Putting my head
the
in the
water and drinking is crazy.
And I remember we just met these dudes or these girls. I can't remember. No, it was girls with him. And we was running around their condo drunk as fuck, like just late at night. And I was like I remember spitting off the damn balcony trying to hit cars with spit and shit.
Oh my god.
And like, dude, he kept trying to like get me to chill out, and I was like, bro, chill, I'm having fun. And like I just kept drinking, and I remember we were just riding the elevator up and down, and just, man, I've had a lot of fun times at the beach. There was one time me and my cousin saw a damn like drug deal going down at this condo we had snuck into, and we were like jumping flights of stairs getting out of there. There's some fun times for real.
Bro, I mean, I don't. Kind of aside from, I don't know if you want to keep this in, but I'm going to talk about it.
Okay.
Well, that same night with said girl, obviously I was texting her. And, she got that certain tattoo like another certain celebrity or video celebrity on her back.
Oh, God, yeah.
I texted her to fuck me like said actress.
No.
She never said no.
No.
She never said no. I'll tell you that much. But I ended it off after that. Dude, I was drunk. It was bad. That next morning, I think I went out and I grabbed one of them like little beach chairs. And I sat up in the sun, just laid back for 2 hours.
Had the
Bro,
detoxify after
but
that.
at the time that I talked to that girl, she didn't even have that tattoo. She got that like after
I know.
all of that.
I know.
But you're talking about she was talking about getting it at that time or something?
No, she just got it when I went on that trip.
Oh, I
We
thought
were talking a little bit after what y'all happened. We were still talking.
Which we weren't ever even like, bro. I literally talked to her for like, fuck. She was just on some weird shit anyway.
Yeah,
bro.
but you know, that was after the fact with you. So
yeah.
yeah, no, I don't hold any grudges.
Oh,
just to
no.
clarify.
I'm thinking about the
everybody-
right. I'm thinking about.
Probably. I hope everybody we talk about in these stories doing good, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, man, at the end of the day...
I was not thinking about the right person.
Regardless of anybody's feelings at any given time of when we were younger, like, I want everybody to be doing good now, bro. I hope everybody's found somebody that damn make them happy, because I know I damn sure have. I don't hold no grudges against no bitch, bro. Or no female, my bad. Hey, I respect
Hey, it's some
y'all,
mannerisms that just
but
slip out.
I'm sorry, yeah, it's just, man, it's
Nah.
hard to break out of habits. But,
I just no disrespect to like anybody.
Nah, on God, bro. I won't
But-
make that clear, but yeah.
I mean, it was high school.
Just talking about it in that time period, though. Yeah, she's on some weird shit. But,
Dude,
hey,
the thing is, she kept my hoodie for like a month, and she would never get it back.
I think she kept one. I think I gave her one that she never gave, or maybe she. No, she definitely. Dude, I don't know. Irregardless, maybe she gave back or not.
There was some other
I
weird
don't know,
stuff
but-
happening at that point. Like a lot of weird stuff happened in that school, man.
But no, dude, she had like a vendetta for me too. She thought I like hated her, like after the fact, because not even like a week later, she has to drive up the mountain, obviously, and no, this was a little bit after. This was a couple months. Me and Faith were dating. And I had that little gray Mustang at the time. That piece of shit.
Yeah.
But apparently, I was down there at Faith's house chilling with her, and she texted me saying, "Did you just throw rocks going up the mountain on my car?" And I was like, "No, I'm nowhere even near there." She's like, "Oh, well, not her, I don't know, her actual brother."
I know who you're talking about, though. Yeah.
Said he thought he saw your car, and I was like, "No." I was like, "No, like, why would I even do that?" Like, I don't know. I all that, like, I don't care. That's in the past. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. Like, it's circumstances where sometimes it's just people that you had a situation kind of with, and then you have another situation happen, and they end up connected on accident, but they think it's purposeful. Because, like, that wreck I got into that we were talking about earlier, that person that you're talking about happened to also be involved in that.
Yeah.
And that was shortly after that, right? So her brother or whatever, he got mad at me thinking that I was trying to hurt her, and then the other dude also thought that I was trying to hurt, his people. And I'm just like, bro, all I was trying to do was get the fuck home. Like, I had a terrible
pulling
day
out
that day.
a brewer was like 50-50 chance of you getting hit.
Yeah,
Dude,
because,
there was
bro, I swear I looked both ways. Like, I looked one way, and here's that person's car. I saw them coming. And I looked this way, and there ain't nobody coming this lane. I pull out, and that car just spawned.
Yeah,
Hey, bro.
bro, them motherfuckers be pulling out like they got Hellcats or something.
Mm.
And their little
Flying
Chevy
in
Cobalt.
It's a hell no.
And their little Chevy Cobalt. And their Toyotas come flying out of the parking lot. I mean, like, there was literally, that like if you parked in the main parking lot, not the side, like there's always a line.
Damn, dude, moss and shit.
Man, we all think about moss and shit.
Dude,
They be flying around the lights.
They be flying around
Pissing me
eating
off.
shit and busting on
They
the lights.
annoying,
They
bro.
are so annoying.
Busting on the lights.
Busting them.
But-
Lock the door.
What you think about a little bit of Marvin Gaye? You like Marvin Gaye?
I mean, I haven't heard that name in a little bit, man. But
Come on, bro. He's so good.
he's pretty good though.
He's a
pretty
classic,
good.
bro.
Classic. It's just like damn, Benny King and Miles Davis and shit.
Bro, I'm
man.
not gonna lie, I have no idea who y'all talking about.
You don't like
Benny
classical
King?
music? You don't like Ben
No,
I like,
hold on.
no,
You know,
no.
like "Stand By Me," that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made that.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
I know a lot of songs, I just don't know the artist.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, I don't know a lot of his work, but I definitely know that song.
Ray
That
Charles,
song's
man.
Dog, how? Oh, I know him, but
You probably only
who
know
who,
who's
who are you bumping nowadays?
Oh shit!
Everybody, bro.
Low key, I've been on some like, I mean some artists you probably wouldn't know, but I'd recommend you check out. Would be like So Camo. He makes like
I think I've heard of him.
he's a dude from Alabama actually. He's from Mobile, and there's some other like Fat Mac, Jay Montana. I've been put on to them by Raul actually. Like there's some more Bama artists too from Mobile. Like
Dude.
they got some hard ass
Shout
music,
out.
bro.
They got some. Isn't Big Yavo? from
Big
that?
Yavo from 205. Shout out to him too. Yeah, but
Shout
Yavo
out.
been killing
Dude,
it.
there's
for a
there's
fucking
some there's some big name rappers right now.
Big Avo's been my top
Tony
artist for the past
Brazy
2
was
years.
coming up too, but he been knocked up for a while.
Bruh, I mean,
But I bumped OT and like
yeah.
fucking Key Glock. I love some Key Glock. I
Yeah,
fuck
I
with
don't-
older rap too.
I don't got
Sometimes.
much. My biggest right now is Kodak Black.
Mm.
Dude,
Mm.
when he dropped the Pistols and Pearls album, the Pistols and Pearls song,
Mm.
dude, I have that on my playlist and it's bumping.
Oh,
Like,
that- You fuck with Shoreline Mafia? That new Shoreline Mafia tape hitting too.
Nah,
That's
I
just
haven't heard
crazy,
I haven't
dude.
heard it.
I have to show you some of that.
Dude,
It's just
Kodak
fire.
dropped a song called Drive the Boat. It is so
Oh, yeah.
gas.
I, have
I
to
think
listen
it
to
was that album you told me about.
Yeah, the new album I told you about.
It's-
so
It's
good.
not, I think he's dropped one or two since
Yeah,
then.
but it's still a
Yeah,
good
but I
album.
low key
It might have been like
there's this artist I found recently called like Deco or something that makes like he samples like pop music but makes it into like I don't even know what genre to call it, bro. It's like some glitchcore type like bullshit. It's really good though, bro. Like you have to
some of it's real
if you
good.
listen to this type of shit in the car, it's like cut up music. Like it makes you want to just cut up
I
through
got
traffic
you.
type shit.
No, you know
That's
who,
the type of music I fuck with now, but
the biggest artist that I know, like he's always like most of his songs are fire when he drops them is Lil Tecca. Like
Oh, dude, I've been
Dude,
messing with Lil
Tecca's
Tecca
slept
so
on,
much.
or not slip on. He popular now, but he was slept on for a while.
He was judged so
before,
hard.
yeah,
what was
back in the
what
day.
was that song that first blew up? I can't remember.
Ransom.
Ransom.
Yeah. That one blew up. Then you also
Man.
had
Don't even get.
what happened to, was it Goodnight Tokyo or Gotham?
Yes,
Yeah.
Tokyo's Revenge.
Yeah.
Tokyo's
And
Revenge.
unfortunately, he got hit with grooming allegations, and his stock kind of fell.
I did not.
Yeah, I don't bump.
He got hit
Tokyo
with some.
no more,
He got hit
but
with some allegations.
Same thing with Zilla Kami. Kind of.
Man, why all the up and comings just like
Man, because they all can't
Some-
stay away from being diddlers, okay?
Even the YouTubers with 10 million followers.
Yes.
the
even the
Minecraft-
bro? They got
Man.
little diddlers now, bro. Zilla Kami wasn't even that old, and
Yeah, he was.
Tokyo's Revenge wasn't that old either, bro.
Tokyo's Revenge was like freshly 18, 19.
Bro, he was like
I
18.
think,
How you gonna be a
like-
little diddler, bro? Come
He
on,
was- Yeah,
now.
he was like my age. type
Mini
shit,
diddler,
talking
bro.
to minors. And that's weird to me because we was just minors, you know, not
I
that
hope
long
they was
ago.
just allegations and you breaking through, brother. But
Yeah, man.
Hey,
Hey,
man.
there's a lot of weird shit that go down in like underground music, bro. There's some weird cats. You kind of got to be careful who you surround yourself with.
Bro, one artist that, well, you know, he's got some big name songs, but BFB the Pac-Man.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
he's
been
so
around
good.
a minute. Like he's kind of more of like
That
a.
He just had a song
champion
that grew
shit
up.
talking, dude.
Yeah.
That song's fire with the 3 people.
Mm.
Dude, that song's
see,
fire.
BFB the Pac-Man's been around for a while, but he just had songs that blew up recently out of nowhere.
See, I rock with like Kosher too, like the wordplay
Dude,
heavy
dude.
rappers. and
Dude,
shit.
especially
Babytron
when
sometimes.
they did Dead Cracker, BLP in 1900.
Yeah, Rugrat.
Dude, Rugrat. I've been bumping him.
Smoking on different strain, call it networking. Yes,
That's so good, bro.
Fire.
But Dead Cracker was probably my favorite. But
got an AR, like shooting schools up. That shit.
Yeah.
That was one take freestyle though. But yeah, your song you talking about, I was bumping that heavy when it first came out.
Dude, when I first seen BLP, I thought it was a joke. I sent it to Nick. It was him and Dude Shiesty in that little Radio Shack thing, and he got on there.
Dude, that's crazy you say that because I got shown that on one of my homies' TVs. Like I was over at somebody's house. He showed it to me. I was like, "Who the fuck is this Amish dude rapping?" And then I really listened to it, and I was like, "Yo, this shit kind of fun."
That's what I'm saying.
Bro. I listened to him from back in the day, bro.
He fired.
He out here spitting, and it's like, and then all of a sudden he blows up. I don't know if it was what was it? I would probably say like
the Knack. The Knack series is what got him like.
The Knack 2 is my favorite, honestly.
I think
like Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Johnson shots.
Jew on the Canoe also blew up.
But that was once he was already.
Was that after? Was that after the Knack or was that before?
Yeah, it was after. I think.
The Knack 3 was pretty good when he dropped.
The Knack 3 is so good.
That might have been the one that I was thinking of, the Johnson and Johnson shot.
No, that's the Knack 2.
Oh, okay. Bro, but you were talking about
surely that wasn't that long ago.
What?
The Knack 2? That wasn't that long ago.
Knack 2 was like a couple years ago now, though.
Really?
It's like 2023 at least.
Dude, time must fly by for artists.
It's wild, because I remember me and Noah sitting in his whip back when he still had his little white car, and he hadn't had that. Or no. But it was when he was still living down here. So low-key, actually, I think it's been about 3 years. So it's like
does time fly by that fast for
artists,
man?
Dog. It really does.
Jesus.
Well, look at Lil Tecca, bro. Like, Ransom dropped back in 2019.
Dude, no. Dude, I thought that was like...
Yes, because I remember when I found Lil Tecca, now this is a core memory, motherfucker. When I found Lil Tecca, I was in a hotel room in Hawaii, okay? And so that music hit so hard, like,
dude, that hit.
And at that time, I remember texting. Hey, shout out, my fiance. But at the time, bro, I was texting a shorty, bro. I was like feeling good about myself, listening to Lil Tecca up in the hotel, bro, looking out at the beach. Oh man,
Lil Tecca and Lil Yachty have carried me through a lot.
No, I think the craziest like disses were when Ace and Fulio.
Man, R.I.P. to Fulio. Just want to put that out there.
Man. Didn't Ace too? Ace wasn't he the one who got him?
Man, I don't really.
It's all mixed up in the mind.
I ain't gonna speak on what I don't know about, but from what I understand, the simple of it, nobody really know. Like, I don't think the cops ever really booked no.
Well, they come out with the "Who I Smoke" song. Or Fulio come out?
I think they
okay, so that was Young and Ace, fucking, damn,
like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, but it was. I'm trying to remember at least one of their names, bro. It's like,
well, from what I remember, there are people who got convicted for it.
Wappa with the chopper. There we go.
There was people who got convicted for it. I don't know if they ever figured out if they had the affiliation with Young and Ace.
Yeah, that's what it was. There was people got caught, but they said it wasn't connected to Ace game, but I don't know, bro.
They might have just been hired people.
So what y'all gotta understand, what I do know for sure is Fulio and Ace, they used to be homies. Like, they wasn't always fighting. Like, they used to be homies, but then their gangs and people they was affiliated with in Jacksonville was fighting, and so them two started dissing each other. Because some of Fulio people killed like 3 Young and Ace's brother. I think 2 of his brothers, maybe.
It was like Young Ace's birthday, bro, and they were out celebrating.
Yeah,
that was.
They were all 4 in a like, I think the Sprinter or some type of like SUV, and it got hit from both sides. And Ace got hit too, but the other 3 died, and he recovered. But yeah, one of them was 23, and it was his 23rd. I think it was his 23rd birthday. It wasn't Ace's birthday. It was that guy's birthday. Because he got killed on his birthday. I remember Fulio and When I See You, which was his response to.
Yeah. Dude, that shit was crazy.
That song was low-key hard.
When I See You. Dude, it was actually a really good
beat. No, that's the other
When I
Drew
You. No, it was When I See You, bro.
No,
I
but you're
swear it
thinking
was.
the Vanessa Carltons. That's what Young and Ace, they were like, who I smoke.
Oh, yeah.
But
you know.
the who, When I See You was like, when I see you, when I. Like, it was set to
I swear I'm thinking of the same song, bro.
No, it was two, trust me, they were two different songs, bro.
Wait.
I'll show you later on, you'll know what I'm talking about. But.
The music video.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of that one dude's what's it called, parody of the original song.
Oh, probably.
The music video was downright disrespectful.
Yeah, they was just on a golf course. Are you talking about Julio? So Julio, he was at the grave, yeah.
I know, he was like laying on it.
And laying on their pictures and stuff.
He had to low-key after what they did, though, because they dissed like every op that they had killed in that one song.
Dude, how many was it? Probably
at least like, bro, they said like 5, 6 dudes that they name dropped just like all for real, and that's confirmed cases, you know what I'm saying? That Jacksonville get wicked, brother. You know what I'm saying? Jacksonville ain't a place you want to go play.
That's
you don't, cause man, they don't play.
Nah. What do you think would be going on right now if Vaughn was still alive?
World War VII.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I think Vaughn, just from what I don't know none of them boys in O Block personally. No. I don't know nobody from up that way. But from the interviews I've seen of them, especially a lot of the younger guys that was younger when Vaughn was still around that hood, they say that he honestly was like a big community leader, and the media kind of portrayed him as more devilish than he was. Like, I think he stood on business, like he was really gangster like that. Like, he'd kill you if he had to kill you. But I don't think that he was necessarily this monster that people like. I think he would low-key be putting people on. Like, he would be getting the rat more, or I don't want to call it that because I ain't from there, but like Chicago, he'd be putting Chicago on more. You feel me? Like, he'd be putting the new generation on, because I don't think Dirk would be locked up right now either if Vaughn wouldn't have got killed, because that's the only reason Dirk locked up, bro, is because he got revenge on on Quando and them. So.
I watched that ZS and B-Lou video of him.
Oh yeah,
dude, that video was gas. But
I miss them days, bro.
B-Lou and ZS just kind of do their own thing now.
Yeah,
dude,
yeah, they still around.
When they did the Kodak video, Kodak was so.
Dude. Yeah, Kodak always fucked up now though, bro. Yak always on some like pills, I think.
But when he first got out of jail, dude, he looked like an actual like man. He wasn't like, geeked out. He had a goatee. His shit was clean.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Hey, I respect the Yak though, bro. He one of the hardest consistent rappers, low key. Like, he always been lit. So. And as much as I don't fuck with Playboy Cardi, bro, that man probably got the biggest fan base out of any of them.
Bro, as little as he's actually put out in the last few years.
I heard that new Cardi album was ass.
I don't know if it was ass, but it wasn't my cup of tea. Like,
I ain't really heard it.
For as long as that fucker made people wait for new music, it should have been better.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't heard it myself. I haven't gotten to give an opinion on it.
So, another thing, a big lawsuit thing. Kendrick Lamar is trying to sue Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the number 8. Mind you, Dale Earnhardt Jr., if y'all don't know, is a NASCAR driver. And Lamar Jackson is a football player.
Oh, you said Kendrick Lamar, so Lamar Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
I was say, how the fuck Kendrick Lamar got to do with the number 8?
I was like, wait a minute, what now?
But you get what I mean. But yeah, Lamar Jackson's trying to sue Dale Earnhardt Jr. over the number 8. Even though they're two totally different styles, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. had it before him.
Wow. Well, he can't sue him for that, though. That's not infringement, then.
That's what I'm saying.
They're also two different. They're completely unrelated. They're also completely unrelated sports.
All right, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the podcast. I think it was a pretty good one, man. We touched on a vast array of topics tonight, honestly. Whoa, that's crazy. But anyway, I enjoyed our guest, not as much as Nick apparently. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this shit, man. As always, remember to be good, people. If you're doing something, try to be good at it and shit. We'll see y'all next week. Ryan, you got any closing statements?
You got
No,
any
just-
closing statements? Any people you want to
No.
shout out? You want to shout out yourself?
no, not really. Just what y'all's things about stay positive,
Yeah, yeah.
keep a good attitude.
Stay good people. Stay around good people.
Always try to progress in the best way possible, man. Shit.
Stay in your lane, do your own thing.
All right, man. Stay true to yourself. Hey, man. We'll see y'all next week.
See y'all.
Peace, love, prosperity, all that shit.